Alrighty guys, hello and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be doing some Higan Eruthyll. This is a new game that's going to be coming out very soon. I'm currently playing the soft launch version, which is only out in Canada, Malaysia, and I think Singapore. So I've played this game on the channel before. I've done closed beta tests of it, and we're going to be checking out some of it today. I'm going to give you guys my first impressions. We're going to be taking a look at the character designs, the gameplay, the monetization, and different elements of the game. And I'll give you guys my opinion on it towards the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, do leave a like, subscribe to channels up here. And we've also got a new webcam as well, which I've been showcasing on stream. It makes everything look so much better. For like looking, yeah. Anyways, let's just jump this thing. Alrighty. So, essentially this is the game. I'm playing this on my Romantic 7, so I'm going to be jumping into things today. I've got the little FPS counter up here, so if you guys want to see how this runs on this phone, this is how it runs, the performance, and basically everything with that. So let's just start off by jumping straight into some gameplay, and I'll show you guys what the combat is effectively like. So I'm pretty early in the game still, I haven't really gotten super far, and that's mainly because I've been trying to grind out the current event that's been happening. That's where most of my stamina has been going, mainly being just some of the rewards in that event are really good. So here's essentially what combat. Now, if you've played a game called 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉, or a game like 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉, you know what to kind of expect from this combat system already. It's very similar to that. So basically you have your units here, you can move them around and position them anywhere on this grid. You can have up to 4 units in combat at once. But say for example I don't want this character here, I can just drag them off and I can put on a different character or change up their position. Now I do want that other character I had on before. But the cool thing about this kind of combat system as well is occasionally there'll be things like a little defense rune on the ground or an attack buffing rune, and if you put your character, say, on the square that has that rune on it, then it gets a buff. The character gets a buff, which is kind of nice. It makes you think about positioning. But then there'll also be like enemies that'll have AoEs that'll trigger at the start of battle, so you don't want your units being inside the AoEs. And then you have different skills, different skill types, and different class types. There's a bunch of different elements to the combat here, and it's pretty fun. So let's just jump into combat and I'll show you what it's kind of like. Battle just immediately starts. They'll start like auto-fighting, and then you trigger your skills. Now, in the way that it's similar... Hold on, let me just turn off auto and turn it to 1x speed. The way in which it's similar to 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉, as you can see, you have to trigger and use your skills yourself, kind of thing, and trying to like position them to like do the most kind of damage that you possibly can. And this is where the elements kind of link over with 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉, a bit being the combat being very similar. And why I think this game has a lot of potential to do really well, and has some pretty damn good combat, I'm not gonna lie. Especially if you like 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉's combat, it's pretty good. Now, one thing I will say though is I'm very early on in the game, so I don't know if this combat system, how difficult it gets, or what kind of content there is that is more challenging. Let's use 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉 as an example again. I'm going to be doing that a lot in this video. One of the more challenging forms of content in 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉 is its assault raids. These are essentially big boss fight raids that have different difficulty levels and different tiers, and you have to like score and all these leaderboard ranking things. If this game has a game mode like that, which I haven't gotten to, I haven't seen yet, but if it does have a game mode like that, then this game has potential to be really good, because that's the kind of things that are going to keep people coming back to the game and enjoying the combat, is if there's like a form of like challenging combat every single week that people can participate in daily, kind of thing. And I believe this game also has PvP. Another really great thing as well that I can't really show you right now because I'm not up to one of the story stages. I'm kind of in between like the story stages at the moment. Every single cutscene in this game is fully animated, fully voice acted, fully everything. I'm actually gonna go back to an earlier stage and see if I can show this to you. So this is the final boss fight for chapter 2. I'm just gonna go into this fight and I'm just gonna finish the fight and see if I'll play the cutscene so I can show you guys what the cutscenes are like. But they're fully voice acted and fully 3D animated as well. Every single cutscene is like this, which is really good. There are 2 options for the text language of the game. You can choose either English or Chinese in this particular version, but the voiceover language is in Japanese. Alrighty, never mind. I thought there was a way to rewatch cutscenes. I'm actually not too sure how to do it, if there is a way how to do it, but take my word for it, the cutscenes are all fully animated and fully voice acted. They're very good. So I showed you what some story gameplay from combat kind of looks like, but now let's jump into just like what the resource grinding is. I'm not going to do the actual combat for these because of the waste of stamina for me personally, but because I don't really need the stuff at the moment. So there's like your EXP, the credits, your different resource grinds for like general kind of stuff, and then you also have your awakening kind of materials, which allow you to, you know, ascend level caps and stuff like that. And I haven't unlocked these two other modes yet, but I believe this one here, just based off the name, sounds like a PvP kind of game mode. Not too sure about that. Then you have this other kind of game modes. There's a few other ones here. We've got the Isolated Tower. I actually can't do this one yet, purely for the fact that the recommended power is 15,000, and my recommended power, well, my power level is, combat power level is not even remotely close to that, as you can see on the left-hand side here. This is my power, and like that's their power. I'm just not even close. And then you have these three other game modes that I haven't unlocked yet. I'll be making an updated video once I unlock all of these game modes, and I'll show you what all they are kind of individually in their own video. Now, let's take a look at the shop. Now, keep in mind, monetization will differ from region to region, same with like pricing and different things. So we don't know fully how this is going to be when it hits global, but I'm assuming it's going to be very, very similar, just prices adjust based off your region. So you have this recommended tab here, which just gives you, some recommended feature stuff. They have the monthly card. From what I can tell, this is actually fairly decent value. So if you get 60 times 30, hold on a sec, let me math. Yeah, so you can basically get a full multi and a little bit extra in terms of usable currency. Now, something to keep in mind though, this initial 300 here, this is the premium currency, whereas this one here is like the free-to-play currency. And what's the difference you might be adding? So the free-to-play currency, of this cut type, I'm not even trying to pronounce that. The free-to-play version with the little lock symbol on it can be essentially used for gacha summons only. Whereas this currency, the one without the lock symbol on it, a little bit confusing, yes, I know, can be used to purchase things like this in the store that have this kind of currency as the cost for it. So you can buy a bunch of different things with this, and these are effectively what you use if you want to buy your premium goods or that kind of stuff. For example, you can buy an outfit with this if that's what you want to do. But that currency is the premium currency, so it's kind of split. So that's something to keep in mind with the monthly card. The first and instantly attainable 300 is the premium, whereas the other 60 you get every single day after that is non-premium. It's a little dodgy. I don't really like the way they do that, but it's whatever. Then you have like your different packs here. These are some basic packs. We're not really going to do much of these. There's your free level up pack, which you get at different increments of levels. You got your limited times, your limited, outfits, top up. These are the prices for the top ups. I'm not too sure. Hold on. $30. So for $30, which is this pack here, you get a little bit more. For the $30 pack, you get a little bit more than a multi. A multi is 1,800 of these premium currency. You get a little bit more for that. On the first purchase, you get double the amount, so that first $30 is probably pretty worthwhile spending on that top-up pack. You then also have your exchange shop. Now, these are a little bit different. So this, for example, this currency you get here, you get this every single time you wish for a character. And then you can come in here and you can purchase different various things, and you can get summons from these. Now, the best way to think about this is essentially if you played, Genshin Impact, it's your Star Glitter kind of stuff and Masterless, whatever they're called, the two different things you get from summon currency. You come into the pity shop and buy stuff with it. And then these ones are just from different various game modes. Major Arena, yet again, makes me think that there is a PvP mode. It just sounds like a PvP game mode, or like a shop for a PvP mode, so that's kind of what I'm thinking this is. And then there's also Colosseum, which also makes me think there's another PvP. I'm not too sure how all these game modes work yet, because I haven't unlocked half of them yet, but I'm assuming there's some form of at the moment, there's currently this event running. Now, I'm assuming we're going to get the same event on global, so I'm kind of figuring how this event works. I'm going to be making a video on this soon, so I can show you guys and give you the guide on how to best farm for this event when eventually it does come out to global. Now, let's take a look at the roster of characters that you can get. Now, it's a little bit limited at first, but there is quite a few different options of characters. I'm not going to go over every single one, but we'll take a look at some of the ones I've gotten that I think are very cool. So this one is one of my favorites currently. I really like her. She just looks freaking awesome. She's like an orchestra, whatever the word is for that. And then she's got like this awesome metal shark with the guitar. It just looks awesome. I've then also got this character. This is a current on-banner character. She looks pretty damn awesome herself. I've got this character. And I've got this character. These are all the SSRs I've gotten so far, and I've been playing for roughly, I would say, a couple of days. Let's take a look at wishes, and we'll do just a singular wish, since I don't have... Actually, do I have any summoning currency? No, I don't at the moment. Alright, we're going to do just a couple of wishes, just so I can show you guys kind of what there is. So we'll just let the full summon animation play out, and then we'll take a look at some rates, and I'll kind of talk about some things a little bit with that. So just give me a moment. Okay, yeah, we didn't get anything there, that's fine. So let's take a look at some rates. We're just going to go to the basic banner. This is just the limited banner. So the way this kind of works is it works fairly similarly to the way some other games can work. It's a mix and match of a few different systems. So, the default percentage chance of getting an SSR character is 2%. If you haven't recruited an SSR character before getting up to 50 rolls, on the 51st roll, that 2% chance goes up to 5.3% chance. And then every subsequent roll after that adds 3.3% chance to every single roll. So, for example, it becomes, on the 52nd roll, it'll become, sorry if I can't math, Jesus, 8.6%, and then the one after that will come 11.9%, and so on and so on and so on, all the way up until you get 100% chance guaranteed. It doesn't tell you what, and this is the soft pity, and it doesn't tell you exactly what the soft pity is, but I think it's 80 or 90 by basic math. It's something like that. And then you also get these memory shards as well, or these little shard things. This is the hard pity. Hard pity is essentially 120. Once you get there, you get one of these per summon roll you do. So if you do a 10 roll, you get 10 of these and one thing. And then eventually it all adds up to potentially getting a character. And you can guarantee the character from doing this. Plus there's also some additional little things like this in here. Which is a video, I don't know, just a little bonus thing. But duplicates are a thing. And that's how you effectively get them. And that's how the rates and pity kind of works in this game. So overall, I think it's decently free-to-play friendly. It's not, obviously, the most free-to-play friendly. It's very standard for gacha games. It's like kind of like Genshin, kind of like 𝙀�ッ𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿. If you play those games before, it's on like, I would say that the same kind of level of free-to-play friendliness as those kind of games. The thing, well, Genshin isn't really free-to-play friendly because the currency is kind of stingy, but the thing that will determine how free-to-play friendly this game is how stingy is it going to be with its currency. Is it going to give us a lot? Is it going to give us a little bit, or not very much at all? That will determine how free-to-play friendly this game is, and hopefully they treat us well. And if they do, hey, I'm not complaining. This game's pretty fun to play, and if I'll be sticking around with this one for a long time. But yeah, that's the general gist of this game. I think overall, like, visuals and combat are pretty fun. I've played a lot of Blue Archive, so I personally really enjoy these types of games. So I'm going to enjoy this one by default. I couldn't show you into the cutscenes, but take my word for it, they're very good. They're fully animated. They're very, very nicely done. They're fully voice acted, and it's in like 3D in-engine cutscenes, like fully animated. Anyways, it's really good. They're really, really nice, and the story's actually pretty good too. Wishing and like this the summoning system seems fairly fair. The shop doesn't seem too overpriced, and there's not too many like packs and different things like overloading in your face kind of thing. The game doesn't really like advertise a lot of stuff to you. Occasionally, like pretty much every now and then, it'll just say, hey, at the start of the game, the first time you boot up, you can buy this pack. And that's all the advertising it kind of really does to you. I suppose occasionally to pop up, there is like a battle pass up here. There's some decently fair like options for monetization is what I'm trying to say. Character designs are good. Overall, I think this game is going to be pretty nice when it eventually does fully come out globally, and you can definitely see me covering it on the channel when that does happen. Anyways, guys, hopefully you all enjoyed. I'll be making more videos in this game very, very soon. I want to do a proper video on the Burning Phoenix event. I want to do some videos on the different game modes, especially if PvP becomes the thing. I want to look into that as well. Anyways, guys, hopefully you all enjoyed. Have a good one. See you later.